Hello and welcome to a Block Spotlight with me, the most derpy one, okay, MrSuryt. Today's Block Spotlight we'll be looking at the Igneous Extruder. The Igneous Extruder is a machine from thermal expansion used to create cobblestone, stone, smooth stone or obsidian. The recipe is as such. Looks a little bit more difficult than it actually is, like pretty much all thermal expansion machines. It's not that difficult. You can get this quite early game. Probably wouldn't need it later game. So anyway, it's a piston in your top middle, that's your 8 key. Glass in your side middle, that's your 4 and 6. A machine frame in the very center. Tin in the bottom corners. And a pneumatic servo in the bottom middle, that's your 2 key. That gets you the Igneous Extruder. Now, the piston up the very top there, vanilla Minecraft, not very difficult, planks across the top, cobblestone, not stone, iron ingot in the middle and redstone in the bottom. Next we have the pneumatic servo. That's your iron ingot top and bottom middles, glass in your side middles, and a piece of redstone in the very center. It goes down the bottom. And then finally the machine frame. I shouldn't say finally, this item, machine frame, is used in pretty much every single thermal expansion machine you can think of. So if you're getting heavy into thermal expansion, you'll use a lot of these. To make the machine frame you need iron ingots, 4 of in the corners, or 1 of in each corner, glass in the outside middle spot, and a gold ingot, in the very center. Probably the most expensive part of this recipe, but still not too costly. That's your machine frame, which goes in the very center. Okay, so let's have a little look at the interface of the Igneous Extruder. You have 2 inputs on either side. They're your blue. You have an output, which is your orange. These tear-shaped grayed out sections, they're your progress bar. They will slowly go over as the liquid from either of these 2 inputs I suppose meets in the middle to create whatever it is you want. Well, not whatever, but of these 3 items. The 3 items up the top here, your cobblestone, stone and obsidian, they're your recipes, so you've got to click on one of those to get to work. Now your inputs, the blue, they are liquid inputs. They're a tank holding 4,000 units, 4,000 MB. It's equivalent to 4 buckets, remembering 1 bucket is worth 1,000 units. Now, what else do we need to look at? The configuration right here, like all thermal expansion, it has a nice configuration tab, one of my favorite parts of the machine. We have inputs and outputs or nothing at all. Now the way these work, if you look at the machine, you'll see that there is blue and orange sides. Underneath is also an orange. You'll just have to take my word for that. You can change these, so we can make the top, so there is no input or output. We could make it an input and have it so that the only output is to take it yourself. We can also make it so that it comes out of the side. Quite often I have it coming out of the side or out of the back. This one here is the back, that's the bottom, the top, and then you've got your left and right. Okay, that is the Igneous Extruder interface. You'll notice one thing about this is there is no power. It is Buildcraft, thermal expansion use Buildcraft power. You do not need any kind of power to run this. You can use redstone signals to control it. If you leave it enabled in the very center one, it'll just run. If you put it to the signal required high, then it needs something along the lines of a lever. One other thing you can do with these machines, you can add the liquid through buckets. You don't have to have pipes, you can just right click on them and there you go. I've added 1001 unit. I'm in creative, so the bucket wasn't used up, but again, you just have to trust me on that. Okay, now we'll have a look at the few of the recipes. We've got a few going here. Very first one is just your cobblestone. Now this one here I do not have set up with anything. I guess I could if I put a chest on it. Now that will just output it automatically straight into the chest above it. And you can see the progress bar that I was talking about, which creates the item in the very middle. You do not need any kind of wooden transport pipe to get this out. A chest right next to an output, you'll notice the top I've got as an output, will work fine. Now for this one, I actually do not have these turned on. There we go, we'll turn them on, get some lava going in there. The cobblestone recipe. The cobblestone requires at least one full bucket, or 1000 MB, of both lava and water in the actual machine. The good thing about the cobblestone though is the water and the lava are not used up. It also takes 2 seconds for one piece of cobblestone to be created. If we get rid of this, you can see every 2 seconds a new one is created. So as long as you have 1000 lava, 1000 water, this will continue to make cobblestone. The next one we're looking at is your smooth stone. This is very similar to the cobblestone in that it requires 1000 units of lava and 1000 units of water. The difference is the stone, smooth stone, is using up both the lava and the water. It uses 2 MB per item of lava. Yep, only 2. That means one bucket will make 500 smooth stone. However, the water, you'll see it goes down by, we'll have a look, 1000 each tick. Well, not each tick, but each item produced. It takes 4 seconds for each piece of smooth stone to be made. Now, water is very easy in thermal expansion to get. I've just used an aqueous accumulator, which is more than adequate to pump this, to fill this up. Okay, so that there is the stone, and finally we have obsidian. And the obsidian, like all the others, the machine needs at least 1000 of each unit to run. However, the obsidian uses 1000 of both lava and water to create one piece of obsidian. It takes 6 seconds per piece of obsidian. So you will need a pretty steady flow of lava and water to this. Now, something else to remember with thermal expansion items, you can move them around using your crescent hammer. If we just, well, you can see it's actually changing side as it goes around. Being that it is well, compatible with Buildcraft, that's the word, you can use your Buildcraft wrench. You can also use other tools like the crowbar, will also work on it. There we go, put it back that way. And one other thing, you don't have to manually take it out or just have a chest on top to take it out, like we do here. Although that is fine, you can use pipes, and like I said before, with a Buildcraft pipe, you do not need a wooden transport pipe to get the items out. Thermal expansion machines will pump it out automatically. So you can see, well, you can't actually see it in the pipe, but I can assure you it is going up into here. If we just wait a sec, there you go, ticked over. One of my favourite ways of doing this, totally unnecessary, is Railcraft. You can use, let's put it back on cheat mode, make it day again, otherwise all my villagers will die. You can use rails. This is an advanced item loader and an advanced item unloader over here near the chest, and boarding tracks. If we click in there, you can see it's taking one item at a time. The buffer is slowly filling up as well, and that is putting the smooth stone over here. Okay, so that is a look at the Igneous Extruder. Hopefully you got something out of it, out of this Block Spotlight. If you did, hit like, subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next Block Spotlight. Bye bye.